Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Arlise and this is Ming and I have a fun crafty vlog for you today. This is Gumby if you're wondering. I just recently finished a sketchbook. So I've just been kind of in a little bit of an art block for like a number of reasons. I had a crafting idea yesterday and I just went to the store and got the things that I needed for the craft. So let's do some crafting today while my little baby girl is here as well. So the craft idea, I've had this empty planter on my shelf that I had a philodendron in that passed away. I was so sad. It was my favorite plant, and as the weather got warmer, it just wasn't acclimating very well. And maybe I was overwatering it. You never know why your plants are dying. And it eventually was on its last leaf and then no leaf. And then at the same time, all of my air plants, who I've had for years, also died. They started rotting and it was just a very upsetting time. All of my plants just died all at once. So I just kept the potter. I didn't really have anywhere to put it, so I just kept it up there. There's no dirt in it. And I thought, what if I got like some fake flowers to stick in it? Some art stores have like a ton of fake flowers for you to make like fake bouquets, decorations, or whatever. So I was looking through all of the lovely flowers. There were so many options. I quickly realized that everything there was really, really long. So I found a little section with smaller flowers. In that area, they also have like foam stuff for you to stick the flowers into. So I got Flora foam, like a thing, and I might have to like cut it in half or something because it is long. And then I got little decorative flower things. These were small enough that I could fit in that pot, and I'm hoping I won't really have to cut them. I can just stick it through. But yeah, there's some wire in some of these so I can bend them around and stuff. Here is the pot that I have, and it has a planter in here. I just cleaned out most of the dirt. I think I'm just gonna stick the foam just right in here. I think it'll be fine. Oh wait, that might actually be a problem. Okay, I don't know. I was just thinking I could just put the foam. Oh, it actually fits too perfectly. Okay, plans are changing. I'm just gonna put it in here. Oh god, this is getting everywhere. What the hell? I don't want to use an X-Acto knife. This is gonna be so messy. Where's that line I made? Don't do this at home, kids. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this in the middle. Ugh. Cool. I think that's pretty cute. I worked on this painting recently and I knew that I wanted to touch it up a little bit before I put it up on my wall, and so I kept the paint that I used for this, and the thing that I wanted to fix up the most was the little like blue border. It just looked a little bit washed, like not really like a thick coat of paint or anything. It just needed like another layer or something. And this eye here was a little bit uneven for me, so I just wanted to fix that up, and you know, tiny little touches here and there. much better, and I was still in a bit of a painting mood, so I did a quick little portrait sketch and thought I would reuse that paint palette a bit more before I let it dry and do something with the palette paper. Here's a little trick for like sketching, especially if you're gonna be painting. Use 2 complementary colors, and you'll see why here in a second. I sketched out with red, and there were some, proportion issues here, so I'm using green on top to fix up those spots, and then I'm gonna do a red wash of paint, like a watered down red paint, and it'll basically completely erase the red sketch that I did, and it will leave the green because they're complementary colors, and so it just works really well. And yeah, the red wasn't exactly the same color as that color pencil, but it was enough for me to erase the mistake that I made in the eye area. Just wanted to redo it with the green pencil. And then I just did some washes of paint just to block in some of the areas that I wanted certain colors to be. And this was more like a quick painting study. I wasn't really worried about it looking perfect. I mean, I definitely got some details in there that I was happy with, but I didn't go all out as I usually do. And it kind of reminded me of when I did that painting, which, if you missed that video, I painted that without a sketch or an idea. I just kind of picked up a canvas and see what would happen. And that's kind of how I felt here a little bit, where I knew I wanted to paint some kind of portrait, but I wasn't really worried about what it would look like in the end, or if it would match what the person looked like very much. But I was having fun and painting, so that's what mattered to me the most. Bug warning. Last night I just spontaneously started 3D modeling. Yesterday after our walk, I was doodling some other ideas, and I thought it would be really cool if I made a clay figurine of my a little original character that I've been sketching a lot, who looks something like this. This is kind of what I thought the figurine would look like, just a really simple standing pose. And so I've been using Womp 3D, which is a free tool. Another cool thing about Womp is that this is not an ad. You could also get your work printed, 3D printed, and ship it to you. That would be really cool if I had the little 3D toy of my character. So I started modeling that, and it looks really weird. But something that I was realizing, especially since I'm studying digital design and I'm learning a lot about the design process and all the steps it takes to create something like a website or an app or whatever, is that it takes a lot of testing and prototyping for, something to look like the final product, and, getting feedback from other people to like tell you like what isn't working about it. I was like, I'm gonna finish this, get it printed, and show you guys. But I was like, this is my first attempt. There's no way it's gonna look as good enough for me to want to print it, and it's probably not gonna look like this like anytime soon. So first attempt, and I put little beans on the head. I don't know. I'm trying to do the like swirly hair that they have. I'm struggling a little bit with that. And I don't know if the website heard me say that, because the weirdest thing happens later. So I was trying to figure out the hair problem here. I wanted to use the curve objects and try to make like pointy little curly hairs, but I was having so much trouble with that. And then I just randomly figured out that I could make some clovers, and if you couldn't tell what that was, now it's kind of looking like a flower, but I thought instead of the hair I could just put their face in the middle of a clover and work with that. I don't know, I still wish I could have figured out how to do the hair. I haven't really picked this up since this day, just because it's been so difficult for me to figure out, and I've just been trying to finish my finals and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess the website heard me that I was struggling, because the screen just went white all of a sudden, and I really thought I broke it or something, because I couldn't really access the little area that I was trying to get, so it was like I must have pressed something that broke it. But no, it was just doing updates.
Are you kidding me? I was in the middle of doing something.
And now that the updates are done, I had no idea that the site did that, especially in the middle, but thank goodness that it auto-saves and stuff. I thought it would be a good time to take a break after trying it out for a little bit more and finally like varnish this painting. So I'm just using some tape to pick up any hairs, especially cat hairs, or any dust, lint, and I'm going to use a dry brush and my Liquitex gloss stuff. It's not exactly paint varnish, but it kind of works for that. And then just clean that up, and now I can hang it up. So here is a little hack with these. There is 12 pairs, but you need 2 for them to stick together. So I just cut them right down the middle. So that's it for today's vlog. Thank you for watching this vlog. Lots of fun stuff today, some new stuff too. It's just really exciting to hang out with you today. And subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.